This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Before you even ask, yes, what you heard is true. I had to turn down Elon Musk's very generous offer to be his latest IVF baby mama. Sorry, but my metallic womb is already promised to Robert Passabini. That's right. I'm gonna be the mother of his baby of the day. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Science is magical. So many wonders. You could have a baby with a robot now, I guess.
Also, Rob, did you notice baby mama of the day means you're going to have to produce a baby from sperm every single day?
Rob's got enough seed for that.
I can handle it.
He's got a plentiful load.
I know.
I can handle it, but can Shannon?
Well, high school you would have been well up to that task, or high school and early college.
It's true.
If we need more of Rob's seed, we could just let half of Park Slope fart into a cup.
Oh,
wow. Jeez,
hey,
good morning, guys.
Where's the couch that was in your apartment?
Oh my God.
You can drain that. Find the
I would never jerk off in the living room when we lived together, when Sid and I lived together.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
That's uncouth.
Not when he was there, but I mean.
I would only accidentally beam my porn folder to the Xbox. So Sid.
And that one time I walked in on you relaxing.
Yeah.
Have we ever discussed this on the air?
I think so.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about this privately, but yeah. You can check that in the archives, folks.
Yeah, look for it, folks.
I know, Sid. You had some loud sex in that apartment, as I recall. And
well, I was not the loud one, but yes, I had a partner who was performatively loud.
And Rob was in the house at the time, right?
A thin wall separating us, literally, because both of our beds were up against the walls.
Was it one of those like the head banging on the wall? Like
no, my bed wasn't against the wall. My bed was against the living room wall, but not our shared wall.
It felt like it was like right there.
DVDs.
My bed was against the wall we were sharing.
Yeah, so that's true.
It was like right there. Also, I do remember. I kept there was a time where Sid and that same girlfriend were watching TV in the living room or whatever, and I was in my room with the door closed, and I loaded some porn up. And my speakers were so loud, and it was like the intro, which is just like some generic like
guitar with wah-wah pedal.
Yeah, and then like Sid totally is like, "What are you watching porn in there?" And I'm like, "No, shut up."
Had to call it out. I thought it was gonna be like, "Welcome to the gay porn extravaganza."
No, it was very. It could have been anything because it's just like a generic audio sound. Where you would only know it if you knew the gay porn studio. But
wow.
Sid was just so attuned to porn intros that it's like, oh, that sounds like a porn intro because it's so generic. Let me load it up.
Oh no, you have it? You actually can?
Well, I remember the studio.
Oh,
it's just like
a
studio
with
intro.
His porn brand loyalty. It's amazing.
Perhaps it was just
there's no loyalty.
His brain, that humiliating experience.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah,
maybe when I hear the music.
Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's so fun. I'm just picturing Sid sitting there, and this sounds just like porn, but I have never seen a video from this studio. Am I slacking? No, it was just men banging.
What is this? Elegant Angel?
Oh, it's vivid, all right.
Let me see. I can't seem to find it on. Sadly, not the intro is not just available on.
Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna play a real porn then now.
SoundCloud.
I'll have to load a real porn clip to.
Was it maleapartmentwrestling.com?
No, the studio was Randy Blue, which was one of the top gay studios.
Not Randy Blue.
Did they ever team up with Randy West?
No.
Randy Blue used to stand on a stage and push the men's asses onto cocks. 5 feet down.
That also gets you in prison, depending where you do it. Rob not dignifying that with a response.
He's just lost in his search.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hold on. Bear with me here.
Okay.
You're the bear.
Fair.
Bear with him.
There's
a bear with him right now.
Dusty Rhodes Muffler asks, "Who is the LeBron of gay porn?" What is?
Well, there is a LeBron. Actually, there is a
Like
a
a
guy
LeBron
who,
lookalike.
But does that mean the greatest of all time? Does that mean the most unselfish lover? Does that mean the one who stayed in the industry the longest? LeBron's. It's a lot of different connotations.
Debuted right out of high school.
Oh no.
I would say it's it would be like the biggest like known porn star. I would say the most famous with the most renowned studio, so to speak. And it's this
receding hairline.
Porn actor. My mind immediately went to this porn actor Raheem Shabazz, I believe is his last name. And he's this OnlyFans creator who his OnlyFans got so popular that he launched a studio off of it with like an actual big time, like one of the last remaining porn studios. Like, they gave him an imprint.
I might be presumptuous here, but this sounds like this is a black person you're talking about, correct?
Yes. And most of his porn is actually shot in Brazil. So he finds these outrageously attractive Brazilian like football player looking guy, like these just very muscular men who it's like these are gay porn stars.
But did you feel like you had to name a black guy because Dusty said LeBron, or is that just regardless of race, he's just
regardless of race, he is right now the most. He's like won the performer of the year. His studio is the most. I mean, me personally, if I'm downloading porn clips, I find myself leaning a lot to the people that he recruits. His tastes match my tastes, I would say.
Regardless of race, he's the best black guy that there is.
Wait, what? Answer Dusty's question, please. Isn't that the latest one?
What is it?
Does he go to the favelas and fuck?
Oh, no, they actually rent these like very nice Airbnbs or whatever they might be. I assume they're Airbnbs, but they're like very...
balls.
Lionel, very messy. Am I right?
No, the sets are minimalist but very clean and white. It's actually quite an aesthetic. It's
what are you, fucking
impressive.
gay porn architecturalist?
It's like house hunters for porn shoots.
Sometimes look, the less distracting the background is, the more you can focus on the foreground. So I appreciate that they put that effort into it.
That's a good point.
Here's the chime, by the way, that I was.
It's like the THX.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily scream porn to me.
But Sid, you totally called it. You're like, are you watching porn? Like
just off of that?
Just off of that.
That's
just off of that.
Crazy. That. All right. Wow.
Good ear.
Did that like chill you and make you stop what you were doing, or did you proceed
for a minute?
Oh, but then back at it.
Then back at it. Yeah, okay. I put on some headphones.
Maybe Sid.
I think my headphones were just unplugged.
Sid downloaded a Randy Blue porn by Kazaa by accident. I got very upset. So you remember the chime.
It was labeled as a Weird Al parody somewhere.
No.
Dusty says it sounds like a TED Talk intro. I could see that.
That's a good deep cut joke, Rob, because a lot of Weird Al parodies, people would make these shitty parodies all the time and just say Weird Al made them to get better reach. I remember, it's very frustrating.
Exactly. Did you ever get tricked? Did anything ever sound that quality or no?
I don't think I ever. Well, I was so up to speed on Weird Al's discography because I was.
You just knew by song title whether it was legit or not.
Right, you know.
Dusty wants to know who is the Weird Al of gay porn.
That I don't know.
Also, Randy.
Raheem. Also, Raheem. Yeah.
See, it's not racial.
Here is a safe for work. Here's his Instagram page, Raheem, so you guys could put a face to the name.
Oh, okay.
As you stacked.
Oh my god,
he looks like Phil Lamar a little bit.
Oh wow, I was gonna say maybe Tyson Beckford, sort of.
Body wise,
is that who I'm thinking of, or Tyrese? Tyrese?
Yeah, I could see that.
But he's old. He looks sort of old in the face. How old is this guy?
Yeah, he's like probably in his 40s.
No, gross.
Did he do any collabs with Randy Blue?
No, Randy Blue. He hasn't. Like I said, he started his own studio. He was very anti-studio model, and then kind of built his own model. It's quite a success story.
Is Randy Blue still alive? Is Randy Blue a person or just the name of the company?
Randy Blue is just the name of a company. I don't think there's a Randy Blue.
Wait, do we know
it was recently relaunched?
Do we know if Raheem Shabazz is Randy Blue? Like he took
Oh,
a
No, he's not.
power name or something?
Kaiser
I don't
Soze
think
of gay
so.
porn. Which I thought was just Kevin Spacey. Spoiler alert.
Right.
He threw up his colonial slave name and became Raheem Shabazz.
No, Kevin Spacey, but Bruce Valanche is always hanging around these porn stars. He's always at these.
Oh,
He's
Gay
hanging
Vienna
out with
Awards.
Raheem Shabazz?
I
Yeah.
thought you meant he's hanging around in the background while these guys are
Oh my
fucking.
God. Could you imagine?
Probably. He's probably writing some of the dialogue.
Come on.
Oh,
He's writing bits for the in between parts. You know,
my
his,
God.
That's his passion. You know, he does the Oscars and the Emmys for a paycheck, but his passion is Randy Blue and Raheem scenes.
He can't still be doing the Oscars or the Emmys, right?
I think as recently as a few years ago he did it. He was recently on WTF with Mark Maron, and I actually, even if you're not a Bruce Valanche fan, I highly recommend the listen because it's fascinating to hear how he was involved in all these different eras of Hollywood. He talks about, like, he wrote on that abysmal Star Wars special.
Oh,
the
the
TV
special, Christmas special.
the holidays-
whatever.
yeah, the Christmas special, and he wrote the, in my opinion, legendary. What was the gay guy on Hollywood Squares? I
Paul
forget his
Lynde.
name.
Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde, thank you. The Paul Lynde Halloween special in like 1976 or something, where
Jeez.
he had like Kiss on and everything. You should look it up on YouTube. It's the most kitschy old school Hollywood thing.
And very
and
not
apparently-
in any way like gay. It's like he's just trying to be a
No.
random celebrity. He's trying to.
It's just like
the Mike Douglas show, basically.
Yeah, it's just like a variety show. Yeah, just about it's a Christmas special, but about Halloween, which I appreciated. And then all the way up to like Emmys. He has stories from the Emmys and Oscars from a few years ago. So it was fascinating to just hear about, and like just how he got into show business back in the 60s or 70s is essentially just showing up to the fucking not the Poconos, what is it? The Catskills, and like just submitting jokes to some guy, and then like that guy like just took him along, and it was someone notable. I can't remember who, but like a notable old school Catskills comedian.
Jackie Mason.
I'm not sure if it was Milton Berle.
You're doing the jokes about the gay sex. I don't think it's gonna fly in the Catskills, but I think of you as a very nice person, personally. Nothing against you as a human being.
But yeah, so
R.I.P. Bruce Valanche.
still alive.
What quality of life is that? He's 400.
Yeah. How old is he by now? He's 76. By the time this episode is done, it might be a wrap for him. We don't know.
Livecast curse.
I love that one of his credits is the movie Oy vey, my son is gay.
Is that an after-school special?
They just interview his mom?
No, it's a 2009 movie, and it has some stars in it. Vincent Pastore,
What? Is he the gay guy?
Lenny Kazan, Saul
Well, he is big
Rubinek,
pussy, so I know that name. Who is that?
Carmen Electra,
What?
Hold on. Who's gay in this? Who's the
the
gay
son.
person? Oh,
Who's the son?
yeah.
Here.
Thanks.
It's just
Bruce
some no-name
Fletcher.
guy. John Lloyd Young, this guy.
Yeah,
Let's
he
see
looks
this
like a
trailer.
vampire. Look at that skin
You
tone
guys should
compared to
know
all
there's
those.
someone in my life.
Oh no!
When are we gonna meet her? She could be my age. We don't even know if she's Jewish. I mean, I just want to know who he's with. I'm his mother, so I have barging rights. Who are you?
I think it's time that you know what's going on in my life. I'm gay.
Oh, that's Saul Rubinek. I remember now.
My son is gay. Are you telling me that I may be responsible for turning my son gay?
Would it be possible for you and my son Nelson to quite like each other, but in a friendship kind of
Couldn't
way.
that friendship go a little deeper
God.
for 10 or 15 minutes?
God, what should we do? Give us a sign. Your son was
Okay, we absolutely have to do a watch along of this.
That's
Yeah.
my boy.
Featherweight, that's when you're light on your feet, right?
Could you bring me a vodka, please?
You're a triple.
Oh, the music.
Now I know. And now you know. And when you know, everybody knows.
Isn't it true?
Bruce is in the movie also. I thought he just wrote on it.
Wow.
So that's like, Hanukkah on Rye, but
Yeah.
about being gay.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do the watch along, but like every 5 minutes we'll have to pause and be like, Rob, did your mom say this ever? Rob, did this ever happen to you?
I'm sure there'll be things that all of our moms said, just in different contexts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. He really hasn't been doing much work.
Yeah, you can't expect a guy in his late 70s to be like who have been the Oscar hosts lately? This year it's Conan. Conan isn't hiring Bruce Valanche.
Yeah, 2011 is the last.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
awards that he wrote. Oh, I guess the way he really broke out, by the way, is writing for Bette Midler. He wrote that was his like,
and also Body Double, right?
yeah. When she was working the gay baths, he wrote material for her.
So it's sort of like writing the in between bits for a gay porn,
Yeah,
more or less.
That's what
but I do recommend. I think both of you would take something away from the WTF. Like it's a very interesting listen.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, we were talking about, or Shannon mentioned notorious billionaire Elon Musk in the top of the hour, and he's in the headlines this week.
Only this week, never before.
Only this week. He's
This
been kind of out
debut.
of the headlines.
Our headlines,
Yeah.
the ones that matter to us.
Well, yeah.
Penis
So
If he
Right.
farted, it would be like a double whammy. Penis and fart stuff.
another woman came forward this week, claiming that she fathered, or she mothered.
He is
Crazy.
a scientific genius, Rob. If someone could figure it out, he could.
Ashley St. Clair, who sounds like a porn star, but is not.
Yet.
She's a conservative influencer.
Not with that attitude.
Revealed that some tabloid, quote unquote, was going to push a story revealing that she had Elon Musk's baby 5 months ago. But she's getting ahead of the story and confirming. And then it quickly
She
came
Dave
out-
Grohl'd it.
You're right. And then it quickly came out that Elon Musk hasn't been in touch with this woman in months, and she hasn't gotten any child support. So that's what's kind of weird to me, is like he's going around spreading his seed. And to be clear, most of these, the majority of these, he has 13 kids now, are with IVF. Like he, a year or two ago, it was revealed that one of the high-ranking executives at Neuralink, which is his like really creepy brain chip company, she agreed to be to have babies of his, like twins of his, via IVF. And it's believed that Grimes had 2 additional babies in addition to the one that he boned her with, allegedly.
You
Via
boned
IVF,
her
and
with
that's
a baby?
with a baby, yes.
That's why he's breeding so many, because he then uses them to fuck other women.
And
Head
also
first,
some
it's wild.
people have noticed that the majority of these children, I believe 11 of the 13 children are male. So there's a question if he's doing the IVF, gene stuff, because with IVF, you can
Probably.
basically go in
7
there.
of the 13 children are already bald, I heard. Is that true?
Well, it's really 12. 12 were born male. One, of course, transitioned into a woman, Vivian Musk, which many believe is like what kind of set him off on this current conservative bent.
Oh. I thought you were going to say having all these kids. Like he wants one that's not trans.
Oh, no. Well, I don't know. No, well, the having a lot of kids thing is because he thinks that the population is shrinking and it's a big issue for the world that everyone needs to be making
on his own, he's gonna
more
repopulate?
babies. Yeah, exactly.
The population
Well,
isn't shrinking though. What is it? What is it? The
And
maybe
also,
even if it is, who gives a fuck? Let it. It was overcrowded anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's also like a bit of eugenics to it.
Yeah, it's the white population.
Yeah,
that he thinks that like his brain is so superior that he needs to pass along his genes because they're so much better than other people's genes and such. Which is just like fuck off.
I mean, as long as he's paid child support, whatever. He's not like
Right.
But
well, he's not. That's the problem.
Oh.
And earlier this week,
just to this one lady or all of them?
Well, earlier
Who
this
complained
week,
about it?
Grimes also tweeted at him while he was at some fucking convention waving around a chainsaw at the CPAC. CPAC, is that at the convention?
What is he in Jackal
now? She was like, Elon, please. I've been trying to get in touch with you for days. One of your children is having a medical emergency, and I need to confer with you about it. Either talk to me or hire someone that we could, suss this out. And interestingly, Musk did not respond to her, but he completely shadow banned Grimes' account on Twitter. You can't search for Grimes. You can't even see those tweets. She did not delete them, but they are not visible to anyone but Grimes. Mr. Freedom of Speech over here.
Weird.
And so, and then today, just this morning, it came out that Ashley Sinclair is now suing Elon Musk with a paternity suit, seeking sole custody of their 5-month-old child.
Well, if he's ignoring her anyway, then I assume she has sole custody already, no?
The problem is that the part of their deal was because he didn't want the gossip rags to hound her or the child, or so he claims. He did not put his name on the birth certificate.
Okay.
So right now she currently does not have legal recourse to force him to pay the child support. So here the very respectable New York Post writes, conservative influencer Ashley Sinclair is seeking to legally declare Elon Musk the father of her child and get sole custody of her 5-month-old son, according to a pair of petitions she filed in Manhattan Supreme Court on Friday. Sinclair, 26, brought the legal action against the billionaire tech tycoon a week after her bombshell public claims that she gave birth to Musk's 13th child. In a paternity petition, which seeks to officially recognize the SpaceX and Tesla boss as the father of her baby, Sinclair claims that Musk and her convinced the child during a January 24 trip.
Conceived.
To St. What did I say?
Convinced?
Oh, conceived. The child. He convinced her to have the child.
Yes.
The January 24 trip to St. Barth's.
So wait, they conceived the child, meaning it wasn't IVF.
I
Well,
think
that's her claim.
Isn't IVF just a different kind of conception, or am I wrong on that?
But say they did it on a trip somewhere, right? So they didn't.
He brought his lab
claims-
assistant along.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. He has the money.
Yeah.
All right, honey. Now it's time to get in the airlock.
Included in the court filing is a photo of Musk holding an infant and flirtatious texts the pair allegedly exchanged. In a separate custody petition, Sinclair claims that Musk was not present for the child's birth and has only met the baby on 3 occasions, twice in Manhattan where she lives and once in Texas.
How do you
What a great
flirt?
guy.
How do you flirt and the end of it is a turkey baster going in the vagina?
Yeah.
Doesn't go anywhere.
What a strange world these people live in.
Musk has also never asked to see the baby nor asked for photos of him, the custody filing alleges. Like, what is the point of that? I don't understand.
Every baby looks alike anyway. Who cares? He'll see the baby when it has an actual face.
It's just an ethical thing. He wants to spread the Musk babies all around the world. Like he doesn't even need to see them. He just wants to know they're there.
Yeah.
Honestly, just cut each of these ladies an initial check for $5 million and just be done with it. Here you go. You figure out the rest.
To add insult to injury, after she texted hey, I haven't heard from you. Please respond to me. An hour or two later, the woman with whom he conceived the twins, that Neuralink executive, just posted a photo, not soliciting any comment from Elon, but just posted a photo of her and her twins. And Elon responded to that with a heart emoji. Could you imagine?
Well,
being
who's
this Ashley?
Which lady is better looking? I think is the most important question here.
Well, let's look up this. I'll look up her, and you could tell me.
But also, like, the Neuralink lady still works for him, so he must see her like at the office once in a while, right? This other lady isn't in his orbit, I guess, as much. Campaign season is over.
She's going to work for Raheem Shabazz.
Oh no! Have some of his babies.
There's going to be some new Neuralink porn. You just see the guys fucking in your brain. You don't even need a television or anything. Or computer.
That way I'll never hear Rob's porn chimes again.
Finally.
It'll just be in his head.
It took 20 years, but we finally solved this problem. Hiding the chime. Sure.
This
Average
is the Neuralink lady?
Yeah. And this is the tweet that he responded to, ignoring his other woman.
She's not that bad. I mean,
Both of these kids already have their father's hairline.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I was joking before, but they really are all bald.
And this is Ashley St. Clair.
She looks sort of like Vanessa Carlton. You remember that singer, Vanessa Carlton?
Yeah.
Making my way downtown.
Bushwick
Also,
Barry was a huge fan.
Also, here's text between the two of them to prove, that he wasn't even there for the birth. He just got a little photo. He's like, oh, great. Wonderful. This is happening.
There was probably like 15 other births of his children happening at the time. Can't be at all of them, Rob.
Can I ask a technical question? Why did she take a photo of her phone rather than just a screenshot of the text?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Like, even then, she thought she'd need that kind of evidence.
Yeah, right.
In another exchange, Elon laments that he gets credible death threats every day, to which St. Clair responds, that's why the father's spot on the birth certificate is blank right now. She also reasoned why the child bears her last name. In a separate, flirtier text, Musk writes, I want to knock you up again, after St. Clair sent a picture of herself. I guess so the implication is he did have sex with her.
Yeah.
I don't know. These people are so weird. He might think like a test tube in her vagina is like knocking her up.
I guess it technically still is, right?
Hey.
Maybe he's such like a science nerd that's what gets him off. It's just the scientific process of IVF. So that is flirty for him.
Yeah, he has to do it like an alien probe rather than. No, but like I don't think I'm a linguistic purist. You don't get to claim knocking up if there's no knocking happening. You got to knock her up like with your hips, you know. You gotta thrust that shit in there.
And a final exhibit shows St. Clair sending a large block of text to Musk, asking to meet in person due to communication struggles. Okay, he responds, adding, well, I do have a legion of kids to make.
Legion of Doom.
I mean, really.
Next babies are Hawk and Animal.
I mean, one is named X.
Yeah, exactly. They're less cringy. Just name them after WWF tag teams.
Little baby tugboat. Here he comes.
Jumping Jim Brunzell Musk.
Oh my god. Bring back the Iron Sheik to put that kid in a camel clutch. Right now.
Elon Musk, baby, I tell you, I do not want to invite you to the Georgia. Daniel, baby, he is the baby that I love the most.
What if he names his next kid Baby Daniel? Like, that's the official name on the birth certificate is Baby Daniel Musk.
I come to the Washington, D.C. I will fuck you up, Elon Musk. You name your baby after the baby Daniel. You cannot create a baby Daniel.
Wasn't that in the news this week that band that did Chris Benoit, I think Dusty Rhodes Muffler shared this.
Yeah, Our Lady Peace.
They finally played live the Chris Benoit theme song after not playing
in
it
Calgary
for 2 years.
Wow. Not enough time passed.
Yeah.
It's
still very weird to hear that song, but I guess for their fans, it's more about...
The worst thing in all of this, even worse than the death of Baby Daniel, is the fact that Our Lady Peace still has fans.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty. It looked like a 5,000. They were in the Saddle Dome, which is like a.
I guess there's just not many options for Canadian music.
Now, what I would worry about is what if, like, all right, I'm just theorizing here. But what if Chris Benoit did not actually have CTE? The doctors were all wrong, and that song was like a psychotic brown note that just made him snap, and he heard it every entrance
so many times, yeah,
for like 10 years, and now they're playing it every day. What if there's like a mass murder spree all through Canada?
It's like a sleeper cell being activated when they hear that song, and all of a sudden, just a bunch of no-necked Canadians killing their families.
Manchurian Candidate shit. Chris Benoit is the nicest, most wonderful person I've ever known. That's a drop. Yeah.
Rob, who is the Our Lady piece of gay porn?
Also, Raheem Shabazz.
Or who is the Chris Benoit of gay porn? Are there any gay porn actors that have murdered people? Probably
yes,
there are.
Very many.
Very many.
A surprising amount. You know,
per capita, more than straight porn, or no?
Hard to say. Well, like the trend seems to be it's usually a gay for pay person who finds themselves dealing with some sort of addiction, and there's been a lot of not a lot, but like a handful of stories of these gay porn actors beating up their girlfriends and going to jail or something. Or there was one really gross story about just a meth fueled molestation, and then like really weird shit like that.
There's got to be gay for pay guys who are like actually repressed homosexuals and like trying to experience this in some way that they can deny.
There's
right?
definitely been one or two where I was surprised that they even had a girlfriend just based on their performances and
based on taking dick in the ass. You mean?
Yes, and how they seem to enjoy it, or like, you know, there's the gay for pay guys that you're like, okay, this person's just doing it for a paycheck, and there's the gay for pay guys where you're just like, this is not just a paycheck for this person. they're getting into it, or they're a great actor.
Will you please answer Dusty Rhodes' latest question, Robert? I appreciate it.
What's the question? Read the question.
Who is the guy that shot Dimebag of gay porn?
Trying to think. I can't think of any. No one comes to mind.
That means there's still an opportunity for someone. Who is the Dimebag of gay porn that he would have to shoot?
Right.
Right. Huh. It's a rabbit hole going down.
Maybe Jeff Stryker. I wish I had another gay porn enthusiast that I could confer with, and we could go back and forth and brainstorm on these questions. It's hard being the only gay porn expert here.
Can we get Noah on the line? Call Noah.
I definitely shared some scenes with her. She's enjoyed it. She's a gay porn. Well, I guess maybe not now as a mother.
What about Mrs. Smith? I bet she's into gay porn.
That's true.
You haven't had her on in a while.
In my experience, women who like porn tend to like gay porn. Also or exclusively.
It's all the stuff that they like without chicks. It's like guys liking girl on girl stuff. Makes sense.
Although I've known some women that love like straight porn, lesbian porn, and aren't lesbians. They're just like, you know, anything sexual.
But also with the lesbian porn, I think it's like for straight women, the appeal is the woman is the focus. I feel, well, I guess in straight porn, the woman is the focus too, but it's a focus with like a male gaze, whereas in the lesbian porn, maybe it's not as prevalent.
But there's some straight porn directors that are women now that are sort of flipping the industry on its head, Rob.
Mm-hmm. There's a gay porn director that's a woman. Her name is Mr. Pam, confusingly.
Do you like her work?
No comment.
Oh no, Rob! Wow.
Does it feel woman made or
sexism in gay porn?
Can you tell a difference?
No, it's not because it's a woman. It's just the studio that she works for is like a little too polished. It feels a little. It feels a little staged, as opposed to passionate. I like passionate thing.
So it wouldn't be the feminine influence. It's just the type of style that the lenses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is she related to
her earlier work is good? Yeah,
Is she related to the cooking spray or Pam or no?
Mrs. Pam. That's her.
I don't believe
that's her
so.
wife.
It's her other brand.
She looks like Caroline Ray. She looks like a very nice, like Midwestern mom.
Let's see. Now, what type of fucking is it? Is it loving or is it like raw dog fucking against the wall, like contortionism?
I'm guessing it's more tender.
Somewhere in the middle of those two. It's
Okay.
not quite. It's not quite against the wall. Like that's what I want. That's what I want to see.
It's not filthy.
It's a
So
little.
women are
filthy.
ruining porn for Rob.
Agreed.
Oh, you weren't kidding, Caroline Ray.
Yeah.
I did not
Okay,
expect
she-
that.
Who's the
That
Douglas Levison of gay porn? Jander wants to know, Rob.
Here she is with a guy that just got who's a prominent gay porn star who just got arrested for
Oh, no!
child porn distribution.
I'm
and it's
guessing
in
the pictures from before that happened.
Yeah, it's from 2022.
Yeah.
And you can see this is before her Ozempic. But this is Austin Wolf.
Before
He's
her
hanging out.
Ozempic.
He's
Come
hanging
on,
out
Rob.
with. He's hanging out with Diddy at the federal prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? A few blocks
Yeah.
away from you?
Yeah.
In that photo, that woman looks. I could see she looks like a gay porn director. But in the other photo, she looked like she just came off of Hollywood Squares. So who walked Jeff Stryker up on stage?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Nice.
Literally, sucker.
Yeah.
This is what he says when the fluffer doesn't do their job.
I guess, is Bruce Valanche the Douglas Levison of gay porn?
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Did he ever have anything to do with porn though? Like for real?
I feel like there was a comedy porn where he was like an extra in it with lines. Like obviously not naked or anything, but in one of the
Why obvious, Rob? How dare you?
Body shamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, there's a fetish for his body type. I don't want to kink shame anybody.
I'll defend Rob. It's pretty obvious to me.
Dusty Rhodes with a very specific question for Rob. I don't know what the reference is. I assume.
Who?
Who is Brian Pumper?
I've
He
heard
wants
the
to know-
name. I don't. But he's not. That's a. Isn't that a straight porn guy?
I have no idea who Brian Pumper is.
There's definitely some
Oh.
kind of pumper that's a straight porn. I don't know if it's Brian. There's definitely a pumper in straight porn. Oh, he looks like
that
he's
was
in
Brian
gay.
Pumper.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
It's sometimes it's so fortunate that there's someone born with the name Pumper winds up being a
what a
gay
coincidence.
Wait, this
porn.
looks like Mr. Marcus. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Mr. Marcus.
Brian Pumper or Mr. Marcus? Pick one. Okay.
Oh, well, who do you pick?
Good. It's tough. It's tough.
We
Mr.
know
Marcus
Rob's
is very
brand
attractive.
loyalty. He's going with Mr. Marcus.
Yeah,
But-
I guess
but-
Mr. Marcus just because of the exactly. He was with me at a time when attractive dark-skinned men were in limited supply,
But let me throw this
especially
at
on
you,
the
though.
Spice Channel.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the world.
Oh,
No, I just meant like my access to porn was limited to the Spice Channel and 56K internet. So Mr. Marcus was definitely a mile above the rest.
but let me give you
mile.
this.
A
mile. How about this, Rob? Brian Pumper is gay. You know you can get in there.
Is he gay? I think he's straight.
Isn't? Oh, was I wrong then? I thought you
he's
said.
he's a straight actor.
Oh, so I was right in the first place then.
Yeah.
I thought he was a straight. That is the Pumper that I knew. Because when you showed that, he was wearing like a pink shirt, and I thought it was like, you know how they sort of like do like you can pick up that they're gay from little subtle clues when they do photography, like stills and promotional stuff, even when they're not
I
naked.
guess
Just like pink.
he was pelted. There's some controversy with Brian Pumper.
Oh, no.
Adult star Brian Pumper pelted with eggs in broad daylight.
With how
What
much
did he
they
do?
cost nowadays, that's so wasteful.
Yeah.
He was
Live
wearing a fur.
He must be pro-Israel, I guess. Is that what happened?
Let's see.
Brian Pumper is an adult film star who is pretty infamous for a whole lot of reasons. Overall, he's someone who's mostly just goes about his business. The only time you hear of him is when Adam 22 is espousing his love for him on the show No Jumper. Adam 22 is a podcast host and an OnlyFans creator.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I guess his claim to fame is his wife is a super famous porn star. And
Wait, Adam 22 or
Adam
Pumper?
22, and Adam 22 basically looks like Travis Barker knockoff. Like that's what you.
And
can
who's
imagine
his
he looks
wife?
like.
Who's his
I don't know. You can look her up, but like she's some famous OnlyFans star, and for the longest time, all of her duo scenes were exclusively with Adam 22, and then they had like a big thing, a big promotion where Adam let her have sex with a black guy, and it just led to like endless clowning on this Adam 22 guy on like what a cuck he is and blah blah blah.
Her name
Meanwhile,
is Lena the Plug. I've never heard of her.
I've heard of this controversy before.
Yeah, and meanwhile, he's like laughing all the way to the bank because the ensuing controversy resulted in like a ton of new subscriptions for their OnlyFans and, you know, so on and so forth. So anywho, I guess Adam 22 is a fan of Brian Pumper. Maybe Brian Pumper is the guy who cucked him. I'm not sure, though. Having said that, there are some instances where Pumper ends up in the news even when he probably didn't want to be. For instance, he recently caught some heat thanks to a prank that was pulled on him. You can see a clip in which two men get out of a vehicle and start pelting Pumper with eggs in broad daylight. It was a bizarre scene, and as you can imagine, the adult film star was not impressed. The street was busy, and no one seemed collateral damage. Oh, there's footage.
Oh, let's see.
Broke ass was talking about he got money.
Weird.
It's just dudes walking away. I don't actually see.
No, they're walking to him. Yeah, he's at the bus stop. And they pelt
Wait a
him with
minute,
eggs.
he's at the bus. He's a porn star and he's waiting for the bus.
Hey, Ubers are expensive sometimes.
Get out of here.
This is so weird.
Why now? Why are they egging him?
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Just because they could, I guess.
I guess for clout.
And these guys just know who he is randomly, seeing him on the street like that.
And they had eggs ready, and
Yeah, this seems staged.
he didn't run. He didn't really try to defend himself. He just sort of stood there and took it.
This seems like they're trying to go viral.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Brian Pumper, adult film star.
I'm going to assume that this is how Dusty Rhodes Muffler found out about Brian Pumper, not from any other avenue.
I mean, he's from the era when I was already out of porn, and I've heard the name Brian Pumper. I think he was pretty famous. I couldn't remember Brian. I know Pumper is such a distinctive, you know? It is. I mean, come on. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Maybe you were thinking of his father, Reginald Pumper.
Honestly, look, this is like if the Ron Jeremy photo was yassified. Ready?
Oh, no. Is that Lady Gaga?
It's
no.
some woman.
Lady Gaga's some woman. It looks like
You're
Lady Gaga. Come on.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean, no, it doesn't? Yes, it does. 100%. That's
How
Lady
does it look like her? You just see some eyes and a nose.
And that
You don't even-
schnoz
that looks
is
like
very
Miss
easy.
Piggy. It could be Miss Piggy. It could be a
Well,
Miss Piggy
then-
doll. You wouldn't know.
I see what he's saying. The slope of the nose is very
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, get out of here.
It's true.
Thank
Very
you.
distinctive Staten Island looking nose. Not saying it in a judgmental way. I think she's very attractive, but she's got a very slopey nose.
That's what it is. It's a distinctive feature.
Yeah.
So there's apparently a clip on No Jumper, and
No
The,
jumper with Brian Pumper.
it's actually No Jumper with Nat Turnher.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Dusty was also asking if you would fuck him.
He does not look like he's my type, Nat Turnher. But apparently Nat Turnher is talking about how Brian Pumper has been blacklisted from adult scenes. I
Isn't
wonder
that just
why.
like a website that has a list of different black porn
Oh,
stars?
I see. You're right.
That's fine.
Well, there is actually a gay porn series called Blackballed, which is very racist because it's a gangbang scene where it's like, 10 black guys
Okay.
bone a white twink.
I see.
Why is
So
that
it's a little-
racist?
Could probably they
Well,
play up the tropes, right?
Yes. Yeah. They play up the race play.
I draw the line at black revolutionary heroes throughout history being used for gay porn names. That's over the line. What's next? Harriet Tub Girl?
Oh my god, that has to be a thing, right? That's too good to not already be a thing. I don't want to Google it.
Episode title?
No, oh my god. It's a Twitter handle. There's somebody on Twitter named Harriet. There's multiple Harriet Tub Girls on Twitter.
It looks like we may have just gotten kicked off of Twitch
because it's Harriet Tub Girl.
Because of showing perhaps that Ron Jeremy-esque photo.
How do you know? You get a notification?
Yeah, I just got a
notification. We lost Dusty, I guess. Then he's been chiming in on Twitch.
Your account has been suspended for sexually explicit content.
Fucking Rob.
We didn't show anything.
Our whole account is suspended, not just
for 7 days.
Rob. Huh?
What do you mean? Wow!
How dare you?
I'll appeal it.
I have to do
now Dusty's in the Discord.
Okay, I think it's because of the that photo was a little too suggestive with the woman.
Fucking Lady Gaga again.
It's fine. Also, Dusty could just use YouTube. There's other avenues.
Unreal.
I really thought it was Tub Girl.
Just saying it.
Yeah.
I bet it's the combination of the image and our audio transcript, like what we're talking about, where
but
that's why
we didn't really say anything that explicit.
I'll appeal it. Yeah, I'll appeal it. I'll say it was all suggestive. It wasn't even.
Is there anyone named Throatgood Marshall? Malcolm XXX? No.
Oh man.
That's just Nat Turnher. That's so bad.
Yeah,
I'm actually offended by that, and I'm Lily White.
That's another porn actress.
Lily White.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that in porn. I feel also with like Asians, there's a lot of really outdated.
Porn is like the last to get out of that mode in society.
Yeah,
no matter what it is.
Just the idea that there's an interracial category still, like that's a thing, before.
People have specific tastes. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to find what
I
they're
absolutely understand what you're saying, Sid. I absolutely understand that aspect of it, but it still seems outdated. Like, I don't know. But do people really look for, like, I want to see an interracial? I don't know.
I think they must.
I just think, like, it's like the thing you do, the one last thing you do in private that's also commercially promoted. So they have to give you what you want, but it has to go into the public sphere before you could take it into your private life. So that's why you know what I mean? They can't escape doing that.
Yeah, like I understand, like how else are you going to categorize a porno with a majority, Asian actors? Sure. But it still seems odd. There's no white category.
But Nat Turnher is over, like, it's extra because it's
absolutely.
You have to know who Nat Turnher is first. You know what I mean? Like, that's you got to. So you're clearly offending anyone who knows who Nat Turnher is. That's wild, Nat Turnher.
Oh man.
Oh, and one more thing about the Elon Musk thing I want to mention before we completely go off this. I've mentioned in the past how I'm very much enjoying following rapper Azalea Banks on Twitter. And for those who don't know, Azalea Banks has a connection to Elon Musk. She was very close friends with Grimes when Grimes was with when Grimes was with Elon Musk. And I believe at the time she leaked some screenshots of like something Grimes told her about Musk. So she has some inside dirt on Musk. And as this was all happening, she loves to get a little messy, Azalea. So she claims that the reason Musk does the IVF stuff is because he has a botched penis enlargement, that his dick is broken. And there's no community note. So Here's a little report about it. American singer Azalea Banks continued her fiery jabs at Elon Musk and his ex-partner Grimes by allegedly former underwent a medical procedure on his privates that did not go well. Banks has often targeted Musk and Grimes and questioned their relationship on social media. In a series of tweets on February 16th, Banks mocked the Tesla CEO's dating history and linked it to a botched surgery on his penis. The rapper responded to an ex-user who claimed that Musk had a, quote, botched penis implant and seemingly affirmed the assertion by adding, Grimes told me this too. The exchange came after Banks ridiculed Musk's past in a viral tweet. Gangsters get actual bitches. Elon has been on a streak of solid 4s and 5s. Grimes didn't have the confidence to work her area. Amber Heard is his last hit, and that was a long time ago. And he's honestly a one-hit wonder for that. Elon has to start pulling actual 8s, 9s, and 10s with all that coin. I love her. She had this. She had this one other one other line. Let me find it.
Dirty dick.
Oh my God.
She had this one other line. Here we go. The fastest way not to get any money out of a rich man is to have sex with him. And even faster way is to let him impregnate you without even making you orgasm. My grandma always said, never have a wet pussy and a dry hand. Words to live by. I love you, Azalea.
Does she still make music, or does she just tweet?
She does. She hasn't released a song in a while, but she does still make music. I actually got more into her music because of her tweets. I'm a successful case study.
Yeah.
I went back and revisited some of her stuff. It's fun. Dusty Rhodes with another Wolf Blitzer.
Well,
wait, Wolf Blitzer, huge P Newton,
huge P Newton,
huge P Newton.
Wolf
Wait, Wolf Blitzer is a black civil rights activist?
You didn't see a civil rights marching?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I missed that.
This is that time he marched all the way down to Don Lemon's office to tell him he was fired. What he did.
I love that.
Wow.
Oh dear.
How can you gag on a 4-inch dick?
Who knew you were talking about Elon Musk, Sid? You asked Rob that question way before you revealed that he was gay.
I just kept wanting to trip him up because I knew, even before he knew I knew. So I was always trying to, make these jokes and hope that he just gave an honest answer and revealed everything, and it just never worked.
Yeah, that definitely helped me come out quicker, Sid. Thank you.
Hold on. Follow-up question. I just want to clarify something, Sid. You knew before he knew you knew, or you knew before he knew?
Before you're asking if I knew before he knew that he was gay, or I'm assuming if he was downloading gay porn, he knew.
Yeah, by that point I knew I was gay. Yeah.
So you found out he was gay before he told you.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. How did you find out?
Well, we've talked about that. That's the Xbox with the.
Oh, when we first moved in, I was trying to set up the living room Xbox to stream from my computer and to stream a specific folder, and that folder had a gay porn scene in it. So when I was testing, I was like, "Sid, can you check if the folder is showing up?" and the
thumbnail was a dude getting his dick sucked or whatever.
No, I vividly remember that story. I just didn't know that was the revelation.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I already had suspicions, but that sort of confirmed.
How dare you?
What were you just? You're mad that he knew you were gay when you are?
That's homophobia.
What were your suspicions based on, besides the gay porn folder?
Just how he generally carried himself.
I'll get back to you.
See? Homophobia.
I don't know if that's because you really were not. Sid's very good at this, or I'm very bad at it. It's one or the other.
I was a little feathery, let's say.
You're into the arts. I don't know that that's
soft-footed, light-footed. What's the term? What's the term?
limp
I was
wristed.
not quite limp wristed, but
Swivel
like.
hip.
You weren't
was
Paul
just
Lind or anything.
Loafers? Is that
I
what you
wasn't quite Paul Lind, but I was definitely like a little more
Adjacent? Paul Lind adjacent?
I'm Paul Lind adjacent for sure. Like I definitely cringe looking back at some footage of me in like college or high school on like how well, first off, how I'm very clearly repressed, but then how it explodes with like just flamboyance. Flamboyant. I would say I was much more flamboyant. Would be
But it was sort of like it was like a sarcastic flamboyance.
Yeah.
But you went to it so often that I'm like, this is not sarcasm, really. He wants you to think it is.
Right.
There's something more going on there.
In general, like I had a very confusing relationship with sarcasm at the time because it was the only way for me to express my feeling. It was the only way I felt comfortable expressing my feelings, and to a point where there was sometimes where I even questioned what my feeling was. Like, I was like,
my God,
am I being
yourself out?
Yeah, like, am I being sarcastic or do I really mean this? Like that kind of thing.
You shot yourself into a work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like, wait, but you're not like flamboyant now, and you're out of the closet. So why was your flamboyance coming through sarcasm then? Like, why? I don't understand.
I just wasn't comfortable with myself, maybe. So then when I would say something that might be gay, might be perceived as gay, I like made it sound extra gay.
I get it.
To be like, oh, it's just a joke.
Makes sense.
Interestingly, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the show. The first time anyone clocked me as gay was like when I was 16 years old, and it was my best friend, Thomas, who you guys know. I met his older brother for the first time.
I think you mentioned this on the show.
I mentioned it on the show?
I don't know about on the show. I thought it was
well, yeah, I'll just say it. Yeah, so like his older brother was like his hero, and he was like a big 80s like rock guy. He was like a hippie guy. And he was very street smart. And I just remember meeting him, and I tried to impress him or whatever. And then the next day talking to Thomas, be like, oh, so what'd your brother think of me? And he was like, oh, he really liked you. He just thought you were gay. He just thought you might be gay or something like. And I remember feeling in that microsecond, like, first of all, I didn't even know I was gay at the time. Like that, I didn't even know. He knew I was gay before I was, but like, I remember just the sense of feeling so exposed for like half a second of like, what? No, that's so silly, like that kind of.
Did you ever write to him on Facebook? You were right. You called it.
I don't
Found
think
him on
I've
Grindr.
talked to him since. No, he was painfully straight.
He's like an alpha male. Painfully for you?
Yeah.
You wanted to fuck him?
Oh no. Like I just mean like, yeah, there was no bi curiosity at all about him.
He fucks so many women his dick hurts. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. I just vividly remember him talking about how much he wanted to fuck Madonna to like an uncomfortable level about like how that was his high school crush. I mean, the dates line up.
Guilty.
Yeah.
I went out. Well, that went out, but I had a massive crush on this girl. I may have told the story about her on the air, but the detail that's relevant to this is that she used to be obsessed with Madonna and dressed like Desperately Seeking Susan all the time.
Yeah.
And,
you may have mentioned this.
Yeah, she was very attractive.
Dusty wrote with a very personal question. He wants to know if Rob found my dad hot.
What?
Where'd that come from?
How did you get there, Dusty?
One friend's brother. I don't have a brother, but I have a dad. So
I didn't find Thomas's brother hot.
Well, he's just searching for a relative of a friend you did find hot.
I see.
He looked like a cholo, kind of. Yeah, like a long ass hair. Looked vaguely like he might be Latino, but he wasn't.
Rob's definitely into that.
He wasn't Latino.
Yeah.
They're Italian, but
yeah,
he definitely looked like a cholo.
But also, Dusty, by the time Rob met my dad was way past his prime, so that's not a fair.
Can we get a picture when he was 35 or something?
He definitely had a mustache that would have made you wonder if he was straight or not.
Well, it was a different time.
Yeah.
Mustaches were much more expected.
He's fresh off
in
the
Eastern
boat.
Europe. Yeah.
Your parents are about the age of my mom, right? Like
Mine
yeah.
or Rob's? My
No,
mom just turned 80.
Okay, my mother's 82.
Okay, yeah. My
I remember
mom was,
you
I
were.
think, 70.
I'm a little older than Sid, but Sid's parents had him
Yeah.
later on the later
Yeah.
side. So
Wait, so I guess they did. So wait, they had you.
They were
how
like in their
old- how
mid
old were
30s.
Oh, okay.
my mother was 31 when I was born.
Here we are.
Oh wow, Dusty Rhodes with a real deep pull, pulling on the Vice's what was that, Sex Before the Internet series? My dad went to
Sid-
Plato's Retreat back in the
Oh,
old New
boy.
York.
What's Plato's Retreat?
That was that like sex club. Remember they did a whole episode about that.
Yeah,
Like
Dana
in
Plato.
Manhattan.
Vaguely.
Oh my
Right.
God, a coffin is Dana Plato's Retreat.
Oh,
She sure retreated
sadly.
into it after Howard Stern killed her.
Oh my God.
he killed her.
You don't remember that? Well, not directly, but like she went on his show and he kind of did the Howard. He treated her like a whack packer, and she freaked out and then she committed. She demanded to like have the show tapes destroyed
Scrubbed. Yeah.
and all that, and then he said no, fuck you, basically. And then he replayed some of the bits to
Oy.
antagonize her.
I
and
did
she-
not know this.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
like a week later, she killed herself.
Fuck.
I know.
Wow, I had no idea. I felt so bad when I learned it. I loved Different Strokes as a kid.
Me too.
That was my I would watch it every day.
That would
coming
definitely
home
be
from
under
school.
the interracial tab on a porn site.
Different pumps.
Arnold Pumper. Look at Rob's smile. I must be reminding him of a previous experience.
Well, I do feel that Arnold and what was his name? Willis
Willis.
would have definitely gangbanged the sister in the porno version. for
That's
sure.
okay. There's stepsisters. So to be very
Yeah.
Right,
viral
yeah, they're
now.
not related.
What about
by
the
blood.
little redhead stepbrother that came in later?
Oh,
Loved him. Loved. I was.
Oh.
There was that one episode where they get kidnapped. That was like such a dramatic. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh, they
I
get
was
no.
I was.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. I
No,
thought I mixed up two episodes. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the bicycle guy that wants to
Uh-huh.
molest them. The guy
Yeah.
from
Oh, I
WKRP.
remember that one too. Yes. Oh my god, I remember that. It's so crazy. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't have kids, so I don't know if it's still a thing. But I feel like in the '80s, it was such a big fear that as a child you're going to get kidnapped or raped. like it was so like you don't talk to any stranger. And blah, blah, blah. Like it was such a present threat. Where I don't. I guess also with like smartphones and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to track children.
It's easier for the molesters to track them too. Though.
That's true too. That's a good point. But I just feel like there's not as much like stuff on I guess I'm not watching kids
Rob
shows with,
misses
like,
the old
commercials.
child molestation.
It's for the best, obviously.
the
but
old
I-
after school specials about.
I was just thinking about how creeped out I was about that.
I think it's just the world is so much exponentially worse today. That's like
Yeah.
the panic is spread around several different spheres.
Right.
Yeah, you're also worried
kids are
about getting
more worried
shot
about-
at school.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a much more present worry that I didn't have.
Right.
So that I guess probably that's worse.
I'm old enough that when I was in grade school, they were still freaking out about being nuked. I remember we had that mini series The Day After. Did you guys ever see that? And it
No,
was
I
on
did, but I know what you're talking about.
It was on ABC. There was this like 3-day mini series about this town in Kansas gets nuked because it's just a random rural town, but they happen to have a missile silo there, so the Russians strategically attacked this place. It's in addition to blowing up the entire world, so everything's nuked, and you just see it's like a day in the life after nuking, and it's just scared. It was just on Channel 7. Every kid watched it. We all came to school like this. And then there was like every teacher in every class gave a little speech about the day after and what nukes are. And we were all just like zombified from fear about being nuked for like the next 10 years. Very effective movie. I went back and watched it. It's just lame. It's not even scary. Like,
Are there
as an
any
adult.
like name actors in it or just like randos?
Steve Guttenberg is in it.
Wow.
And Steve Guttenberg gets radiation poisoning and slowly loses his hair and dies.
So it's like Chernobyl.
Yeah, Jason Robards is in
Wow.
it.
Is he the president?
He's a doctor that
Oh,
works
wow.
at this like triage facility that's trying to help all these nuke deaths, like radioactive people. And then it's like a lot of B and C list actors that you might know and stuff. But very scary. It was so traumatizing as a kid. Again, I watched it again. It's like it's just cheesy. It's cheesy.
Yeah.
Like the effects are not great and everything, but it still has packs a punch if you're scared
Yeah.
of that type of thing.
Interesting.
But no molestation.
I remember I think maybe like VH1 I Love the 70s covered it or something like that. Like I remember seeing like one of those shows documented, but definitely before my time.
70s or 80s, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, it came out in 1983, so I was
Okay.
9.
I guess I'm sorry. I love the 80s then. Yeah.
I wasn't trying to call you out. I just saying I was like sort of contextualizing how old I was, and I was like 9 years old, like 3rd grade, I guess. Very, very scary for a little kid. People's hair falling out and everything. And it's Steve Guttenberg. Like, was that before Police Academy? I knew him from something.
It might have been right around the same time, maybe right before.
Yeah, so I was like, either that's the Police Academy guy and he has fucking radioactive cancer, or something else I had seen him in, and that's
that was the year before Police Academy 1 came out.
So what was he in before that? Because I definitely recognized him.
You might have just recognized him from the bagel shop down the block.
Was he in Porky's? No, he was not.
Let's see.
Well, Porky's might have even been after Police Academy, actually.
Yeah, maybe.
That movie I went back and watched recently. That does not hold up at all.
I used to
Police Academy or Porky's?
Porky.
Oh.
Police Academy's great. It still holds up to me.
Yeah, I love.
There's
I
only
celebrate the entire.
The only
maybe not the Rush one
thing that's kind of dated is a little gay panic scene where they go to the Blue Oyster bar. And the whole joke of it is they're dancing with men, and it's like one of the straight guys gets roped into dancing with a man, and everyone laughs.
So he was in Diner before that. Would that be?
I don't know.
You would have seen at that age.
I've probably seen it, but I wouldn't know him from that. Maybe I'm just jumbling up my memory, and maybe on like later watchings. I mean,
there's other things in his credits, but nothing that like I recognize as like a known thing.
I did see Diner and American Graffiti and those type of they were always on WHT. Remember that?
Yeah.
We're really going back now. WHT was like this fake HBO if you didn't have cable.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a descrambler box, and they would show the movie on a UHF station scrambled, and you tune in this thing and it would like show you the movies if you paid for it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I never had that.
I never had it either, but I remember seeing it listed in like the old TV listings. Like my supermarket had a separate, Darren, you probably remember this. It was like newsprint, kind of like a very small like pamphlet of the week's TV listing. I don't even know who made it or whatever. It wasn't TV Guide.
TV Views it was called.
That sounds right.
VUES.
Yeah, it was like a magazine size pages, not like the small TV Guide. But it always listed WHC. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It was really like an excuse to sell. Like it was like local ads, and then like 8 pages of TV listings and 172 pages of ads.
Mm-hmm.
You go 10% off shoes at Florsheim or whatever.
Discount potatoes at Wallbaum's.
We got WHT like when I was real young because we had no cable.
Fancy.
But the good thing they had porn on at night, so you can like if you know. My mother was like obsessive about like locking it down, so I would watch the Scramble channel.
I thought that was going a different way.
She wasn't in the porn.
No, I thought she was obsessed with watching. She was such a collector. She needed it all.
Mrs. Pumper. No. She. No, you could see some titties and vagina on the scrambled channel. It wasn't like fully scrambled.
Right. That's what I remember too about the scrambling is like it's more like uncomfortable. Like you could still make it out, and the audio was relatively clear. Like even for wrestling pay-per-views. Yeah. I'm thinking more like wrestling pay-per-views. Like you could kind of follow along what was going on.
For you, it's the same difference.
Yeah.
And when I was when I got a little older, she was less obsessive about it. So like when I was like 11, 12, I would watch the porns on WHT. But they were like they weren't, I was gonna say they're softcore porn, but it wasn't. It was worse. It was like hardcore porn with the insertion edited out.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't show that on broadcast channel.
I mean, that was what Spice Channel did for a while.
Yeah.
Also.
Spice didn't show insertion until much later.
Lame.
Yeah. But they had these funny
I wonder why that was. I wonder like the decency laws or something.
Must have been, yeah.
Can you find a WHT ad? Because they were very funny. They were very funny. It was like the lower. If you don't have HBO, here's the hottest movies from like 11 months ago. You know,
Was this a print ad or like a TV commercial?
TV commercial.
Oh,
And like they also would advertise it was called like Midnight Spice or something.
There we go.
It was called Midnight something.
Midnight Blue?
No, but that was a thing. Nightcap. That was it.
Oh,
This is HBO. Oh,
But
okay.
only WHT tops off your evenings with nightcap films. Just wait till you see them. Plus, enjoy
Arthur was always on in the
Yeah.
80s.
classics. Showbiz extravaganza.
But WHT had it like a week before Channel 11.
Specials and action-packed sports. No cable TV is required to get WHT. So why wait?
So you
Call
still had to get a
toll-free today
descrambler?
and get the
Yes.
entertainment while the entertainment's
That's so
hot.
crazy. That's so insane. All right, that you have to call. We'll mail you a descrambler for free. Like we'll take the loss on the
Was it for
descrambler.
free?
No, it was like $5 a month or something.
Yeah.
It was a subscription. service.
Oh, and you had to pay for the movie or the movie?
No. The movies have once you have the descrambler, you just watch their whole lineup.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on demand.
No.
Okay, so that's not
On
bad.
demand. What
It was
year
like-
do you think this is, Rob?
Well,
It
like
was-
pay-per-view, like there was pay-per-view you would call in. I
Well,
guess
this
right,
was
you
before
wouldn't-
pay-per-view.
Why did I assume you could order through the TV? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry.
Once you rented this box, you basically had shitty HBO.
Yeah.
Got you.
Watch the commercial, the cartoon.
Now
ones.
WHT has lots more entertainment.
The
Fat-
fact.
More to get excited about. More.
I love how they have these like adult line
Yeah.
models. So much to be excited about.
That was a big selling point, like that you
Yeah.
can watch porn on your television, like
yeah.
you're with a descrambler.
And it's all yours without cable TV. More thrills,
music, I love it.
delight, action, love, razzle dazzle, indoor.
Razzle
dazzle.
And that's
Oh, wait a minute. That's at $23 a month.
that couldn't have been that much.
$22.95
Wow.
a month plus a one-time installation fee and
God
refundable
damn.
deposit.
I mean, I didn't pay it; my mother did. So I had
With
I just-
inflation, that's like $8,000 a month for fucking
It's
one
really-
channel. God damn.
I can't imagine that HBO was that expensive, even right?
Yeah,
It
I
always
don't
felt
know.
like it was like 10, 15 a month on top of your cable. I guess you're paying already for cable like 60 a month, 70 a month, and then okay. So this is
and also remember their marketing to people who have their friends and families have all gotten cable around them.
Yeah.
And they're desperate. They finally want fucking cable. And this was like a bootleg, like lesser shitty cable. So
Yeah.
right.
had you over a barrel.
Sports, and when the sun goes down, more nightcap films. So call WHT.
Think that cat's still alive, guys?
Toll free today.
Not a chance.
Something I can't
It's
wait
40
for.
years. Well, woman might not be alive. This is like 40 years ago.
Sadly, they both died in a fire later that week.
Oh, no.
Here's another.
1982. Oh, okay. Glamour.
Oh, let's see what has the countdown. Look at that.
Iron Chic.
If you are a movie nut like me,
Yeah.
then you gotta get your movies on WHT, the movie network.
For only $19 a month, your biggest movie buy
you're
is
dropping the price.
WHT, America's premier movie network. Over 20 different uncut
Like,
movies every
just
month,
Walter
plus
Matthau
sports
getting
and
trashed.
specials. Join
What?
now.
That's
Call
it.
free.
Of
What
all
a
the
selling
things,
point.
that shows you what their lineup was. This is like the seventh best thing.
For
they
20
ever put
different
in the-
uncut movies every month.
He's running
plus
to the
sports
phone
and
so he could order WHT.
I guess it's not a bad deal. $20 for 20 movies. It's like $1 a movie.
And they
But
were
it's
always
all
on.
movies with Walter Matthau getting dressed.
Yes.
Saturday Night
specials.
Fever.
Join now. Call toll free in New York, Long Island, and Connecticut 631-7800. In New Jersey 672-1151.
See what that number does now.
Oh my God.
It was all like it was all the movies that HBO had like 3 months ago, basically.
Yeah.
And then they were on to other shit.
Here's
Plus
another
porn.
Hey, movie nuts.
You get more movies, more stars.
Different song.
By far.
I like this song.
WHT, the movie network.
WHT gives you over 20 different uncut movies every month for the incredibly low price of $19. That's less than $1 per movie for the entire family. Join now. Call toll free in New York, Long Island, and Connecticut 631-7800. In New Jersey 672-1151.
They put so much into promoting this. You know, the other thing I remember about WHT is it didn't start until like 7 p.m.
Oh God.
And that for the whatever 12 hours before, the channel that had the scrambling used to have like local programming. So it was like this New Jersey based station. They had Uncle Floyd.
Oh,
and
wow.
They had like, all this other random New Jersey public access shit.
And they'd sign off and
then it would be scrambled, and then you'd use the WHT box. They also, after a while, when MTV debuted, like 4 years later or something, they switched from that to being like a bullshit MTV with like all the videos. It was a lot of them like New Jersey based artists, and also like shit that would not get on MTV, that they would go to this thing as a secondary outlet. It was so funny. I remember, and they had played Bon Jovi all the time.
I vaguely remember that.
It was called U68.
Yes. I love that shit because I didn't have MTV at the time, so that's all I could get. I remember they had Emo Phillips. I don't know if he was a frequent guest or he hosted a show, but I remember seeing Emo Phillips on there.
Wow, I do not remember that, and I obsessively watch U60. I probably just my memory's failing me. But it was so cool to just watch these bullshit like bands that it was so cheap. Like all the videos were made for like $5, less than a WHT subscription.
Wow.
You got a U68 clip?
Can't find anything.
Here's another WHT.
This is so exciting. I'm like reliving my childhood.
Theater introduces WHT, the movie network. WHT gives you movies every night of the week. 12 great features a month with stars like Marsha
Only
Mason
12,
and
so they
Richard
had
Dreyfuss,
eventually
Rougeau and Burt
upgraded
Reynolds,
to 20.
shown from start to finish.
Or down. It depends on the order.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
New Jersey, all for only $15.
Yeah, it was also
Call
cheaper.
520-2700.
I feel like they're going up rather than down because the ads are getting better.
The new graduated payment plan for homeowner loans. At
Yes!
The money score.
$50,000 or more for debt consolidation, business investment, or any reason at all.
If you lived in the
With
tri-state
no
area,
first year,
9 out of 10 commercials had Phil Rizzuto as the
Yes.
spokesman.
And look at the title. What's coming up next?
In Connecticut,
Oh, Carvel.
Oh.
Go.
1105. That's 1-800-842-1105.
Holy cow. There we go.
Oh.
This half-pint contest is back.
Oh
Have
no.
you ever seen such beautiful
Oh
children?
no.
The age
What
of
is
the child
this?
must be
John Benet
between
Ramsey.
2 and 5 years of age.
Is this
You
I
must
Think You Should
register the
Leave?
child
That girl's
between
picking her
May
nose.
14th and June 17th at your
So this is an
participating
ice
Carvel
cream
ice cream
like
store.
shop
You know, these kids wind up with their own
advertising
float
a
in the
little
King Arms
girl
Parade.
beauty
Yes, they
pageant.
do.
Void where prohibited by law, which is now everywhere, I hope.
Yeah. Is this cuties? Turn this off right now.
Yeah, I think we're good. Rob,
I
could you
found some-
really quickly before we sign off play the Kathy Hochul clip that I sent you the other day? I want
yes.
because I played this for Rob, Darren. I don't know if you saw this or noticed this, but it's a very stupid thing that takes 2 seconds that I was laughing about all day.
Okay.
So, the other day, Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, had a press conference where she talked about she wasn't going to remove Eric Adams from office, but she was going to implement some checks and balances on him. I don't know if you were aware of this.
Okay. And I heard about her not getting rid of Eric Adams. I don't know the details.
Okay, so she had a very funny slip of the tongue during this that it was very stupid, but I was delighted and I was laughing all day. So Rob, if you could just hit it.
I execute it. Work hard to make it work. My decision today did not come lightly, but the path forward for me is clear. I will retain the powers conferred upon me by the New York State Constitution, the city chowder. But it's my sincere hope.
The city chowder. She fully just said chowder instead of charter. What the fuck?
Clam chowder.
Chowder! Chowder!
Was she just hungry and her mind was on lunch?
Yeah, so it's a 1 hour press conference. Look at the timer.
Yeah.
She's getting started.
Powers conferred upon me by the New York State Constitution, the city chowder. But it's my sincere hope.
City chowder, episode title. Oh, right before the end. We got it. I can't get over, Rob, put that back up for just 1 second. I can't get over how she looks exactly like the exploding mask that Arnold Schwarzenegger wears in Total Recall.
Wow.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Can you find that mask and put it side by side with him?
Let's see.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Airport Lady, or whatever. Total Recall.
That
Total
lady was
Recall
a little
2
bit
weeks.
thicker, no?
Yeah, she looks like a 10 years younger version of that
Okay.
lady.
Like that lady in her prime.
Yeah. Before she was an older mask.
Oh.
2 weeks.
Imagine if Kathy Hochul is actually just Andrew Cuomo in one of these masks.
He just really wanted to still be the governor.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will retain the powers conferred upon me by the New York
2
State
weeks.
Constitution, the city
2 weeks. Oh, sorry. I talked over the chowder.
It's okay.
We got it. All right, folks, let's talk about our Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Each week, we each pick a song, we throw it on the playlist, and you can check it out on Spotify for free. Search for the RIP, a Livecast music break. And we got tons of songs on there. And I'm just trying to pull it up right now. Yes, we have over 790 songs on there, 53 hours of music. My pick this week is from the band Power Glove. You may know them for their metal covers of video game songs, but they actually do original music as well. And this came up in a shuffle of, I was listening to like a dark synthwave mix. And this came up and I'm like, is this a Daft Punk song I've never heard? And I asked my Alexa what I was listening to. And the Alexa told me it was Power Glove. And I had to ask like 3 times to make sure this is still Power Glove. It's very good. It is from the, I guess it's from their album Playback, which is just a whole synthwave album. It's very nice, and I really enjoy it. It's called Clutch. That's my pick. Sid, what do you got?
The Avengers were a punk band from the, I believe, San Francisco in the late 70s, one of the first female-fronted punk bands. I believe they were one of the openers on the infamous final Sex Pistols concert that ended their American tour and their original run as a band. And the song is called The American in Me. It's just very good, catchy, early days poppy punk song, political poppy punk song. And it's good. And speaking of strong, powerful women, this week's RIP is for Lynn Stewart, a.k.a. Miss Yvonne from Pee-wee's Playhouse, a.k.a. Charlie's mom from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She passed away, I guess, yesterday at the age of 78. RIP her. She was great.
Good night, funny lady.
Yep. Darren, what's your pick?
In honor of Elon Musk having botched surgery, I played this. I can't believe this song was not on the playlist either by me or any of us.
I swear I thought I put it on there, but it wasn't.
I loved this song as a child. Well, I was 18 when it came out, but as an edgelord with a song with penis in it, I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. I thought anything related to penises in music or TV was funny. But now that I listen back to it, it's just a great song. It's called Detachable Penis by King Missile from 1992. Lovely song about a man whose penis detaches from his body, and unfortunately he loses it and goes on a mission to find it again.
Through the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Some great old New York footage in the video.
Yep.
All right, folks. That's our show. If you want more show, or just to show us some support, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $4 a month gets you access to 5 years of bonus episodes. Every month we post a new bonus episode. There's tons in there. We do watch-alongs, listen-alongs. We listen along to some famously bad albums like Lulu, Risk, not Paradise City, Chinese Democracy, which actually ended up being better than I thought. And also we do watch-alongs of black metal documentaries and bad metal movies and that Foo Fighters horror movie that nobody talks about anymore because Dave Grohl's kind of canceled. And
he's already uncanceled. He's back to
he's
just
uncanceled now with
Dave
the
Grohl
Nirvana
things.
reunions. Yeah.
Cancel him for performing with Post Malone. How about that?
And last month we did a great watch along of Bigorexia, which was inspired by Tim Lambeau's.
That was a couple months ago, wasn't the Bill Maher?
That was this month,
yeah.
I believe. Yeah. So we have and so Bigorexia is a documentary about athletes and people who train who
I don't know if I'd
to
consider
getting
them athletes.
addicted to getting bigger. And then the Bill Maher thing is we suffered through a watch along of his latest stand-up special, and we just he triggered us every other minute with how awful his instincts are. So lots to watch there. And if you want to throw us $8 a month, you get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How are we doing these shout outs?
Give each person oh god, sorry.
No, you go, Darren.
Give them a gay porn name.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Brian Pumper.
Here, let's see. We got Benjamin her hole.
Her hole.
Yes.
Darren said a gay
our
porn.
breaking news.
What?
Our Twitch ban has been rescinded.
Oh wow! Just in time for the show
Excellent.
to end.
How'd that happen?
Ben jamming his hole. I said I appealed it because we didn't.
Oh, I didn't know you. I thought you meant you were going to do it after the show was over.
Yeah, wow.
No. I'm a multitasker, baby.
Nice job.
Dan Rimjob, Sussusitz, Cockshusitz. We have Lando Dix.
All right.
We have Lacroix.
Not LeBoit.
Sure.
LeBoit.
Corey and Scotty H. I'm going to abstain because they're underage.
Oh, come on.
Aaron. That's hard. Aaron, my balls. I don't know. Aaron, my butthole.
Arian. It could be a white blonde porn.
Jeremy. Damn, I had one. Jeremy.
Jeremy came in class today.
Yeah.
Mr. Schmertzler will be renamed Mr. Schmertzler MILF Hunter or Dilf Hunter. Sorry, Dilf Hunter. Douglas, who are you, Levison, will be Douglas, come on you, Levison.
Who are you?
Slinkies would be changed to ropes. And Jander, like cum ropes. Jander would be
I thought you were going to go
Glander.
No, that's
All
a
right.
good one.
Randy Blad would be Randy
Blue.
Nahui.
Oh.
Or Randy Blue, sure.
I mean, we already.
Folks, that's our show. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll be back on Twitch. Hopefully
And we might have a
we'll be able
guest,
to-
right?
Yes,
Next week?
Yes, we might have a little Oscar special. So tune in next week to see if it happens. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.